Welcome back to Witch on the Holy Night, which is for many people, except for me, on the Holy Night. Merry Christmas to those in every single other part of the world except Australia and Japan. Yeah, this is one of the few times where being in Australia kind of makes the schedule weird in that it's not Christmas for me, but it is for a lot of people. So to everyone else, I shall say Merry Christmas. And last time on Witch on the Holy Night, we started the final gigantic extra story, which just so for fuck's sake. God damn it. I keep on pressing continue when I realize that that's not what's happening anymore. Hello, Serge. Merry Christmas. Again, yeah, it's Christmas for the vast majority of people, except for me. Because Christmas ended a couple of hours ago. In Australasia. But for the vast majority of people... Hello, us. Welcome to the stream. For the vast majority of people, it is still Christmas. Last time, we started this giant side story apparently taking place... Hello, Jaira, welcome to the stream. After Mahoyo 2, which is just an absolutely mind-blowing thing. Apparently, Nasu has Mahoyo 2's events mapped out in his head enough to make this giant fucking side story that takes place after it. And, like, starring Kumari. Oh my god, it's set up all like a murder mystery now. And Tokie has been murdered as they're celebrating his birthday with the entire cast except for Touko, who isn't here only because I imagined that her name would be too confusing. And we have choices in this, so I could very well end up being randomly dead. Alright, you guys, I am so hyped. This is some major ass Unmade vibes of a Western mansion in Japan, isolated by the weather, with witches and a murder mystery. Woo! Hell yeah, I'd piss in my throat. It's always ready with the voices. Welcome to the stream.
Oh dear.
We're on the third. You're on the third floor. Hello, Spiritmancer. Welcome to the stream. A hellish scene greeted us in the attic directly above the hall. In the center of the room was Yurihiko Tohitsu. Or so we believed. Oh, damn. Wait, what? It's the same! The faceless body had been burned and most of its limbs mangled. Only the torso remained in a vaguely recognizable shape. Oh my god, this is exactly how Kinzo always died. Okay, that's not, can I tell you, that's not really a spoiler, Sirimancer, so don't worry. It sounds like it is, but it's not. I'm telling you. That is nowhere near what anyone would consider an Unmade spoiler. So don't worry about it. A burning stench filled the air inside of these soot-covered walls.
Can't tell whose face that is anymore, but that's definitely the old man's suitcase. Forget it. I ain't looking.
Tokie ったら素敵な人ね。死に様までお祭りのよう。
Good old Tokie. Grandiose even in death.
焼肉が食べたい。
I'm in the mood for barbecue now.
ねえ、部屋に鍵はかけてあったの？
Hey, what's the room locked?
総十郎の部。いえ、屋根裏部屋に鍵はついていないわ。常時誰でも入れる状態よ。
Nope. Sojo's room, I mean the attic, doesn't have a lock. Anyone can come in.
シット。これ死因は爆発による損傷とやけどね。
Well, shit. Looks like an explosion killed him.
爆発元は見当たらないけど、ゆり彦爆弾で遊ぶ性癖があったとか？まあ芸術家らしいけど。
I didn't see any source of the combustion, though. Did Yurihiko like playing with explosives? I wouldn't put it past an artist.
みんな冷静になりましょう。これは犯罪よ。犯罪の匂いがするわ。
Let's all just calm down. I think this was premeditated. This is a crime scene.
どちらかというと小麦粉ではないだろうか。
Is this flour?
Fusuki remained on the second floor, trembling. The rest of us took turns surveying the scene.
みんな現場には手を触れないようにね。
Nobody touch anything, okay?
見るときは二人一組で、どちらかが偽装工作をしないか監視しながら調査して。
Look around in pairs and make sure the other person doesn't do anything suspicious.
あっちゃん、警察に連絡を入れてもいい？ありがとう。それじゃあロビーの電話借りるわね。
Ali, do you mind if I call the police? Thanks. I'll go use the phone in the foyer. Following the orders of a now quite animated Ritsuka, we moved about in pairs. Since Fusuki ran off, I ended up paired with Tsukiji.
しかしとんでもねえシーンだな。
Damn, what a way to go out.
爆発って犯人は何考えてやがる。
Who kills someone with an explosion?
I was surprised Tsukiji already saw this as a murder.
これ事故じゃないの？
You don't think it was an accident?
時津のじいさんが久遠寺邸で爆発物を取り扱う可能性はゼロだからな。
No, I don't. There's zero chance Tokitsu would handle explosives in the Kuwanji house.
ほら、この胴体ちょっと見てみろ。腰のあたりに妙な焼け跡がある。これ、ロープじゃねえかな。
Just look at his torso. There are faint scorch marks around his waist. Could be rope burns.
時津のじいさんはこの部屋でロープで縛られて軟禁されていたと見るのが妥当だろう。
It's possible he was tied up and held prisoner.
Tied up and killed with a bomb without anyone noticing?
でもなんだって。
But why?
ああ、なんだってそんな回りくどいことをしたかって話だ。
Why indeed? We'll go through this much trouble.
爆発物を使う利点はそうだな。起爆までのタイムラグを利用した時間操作と遠隔操作が挙げられる。どちらもアリバイ作りには有利だな。
I suppose the advantage of using explosives is you can detonate them remotely at a time of your choosing. Helps with creating an alibi.
Wow. Dead body or not, Tsukiji didn't skip a beat. Oh, that's totally hot. What am I thinking? He stayed calm and composed as he analyzed the situation. At times like this, he seems so goddamn perfect. Actually, whenever Hassan gets serious about anything, he was so damn cool. Oh my god, I want to make out with him so much.
だがまあ、凶器は分かった。パンだ。
But now I know what the murder weapon was. Bread.
はい。
Huh? A voice called out to us from below.
みんなちょっと来て。大変よ。
Down here, everyone, we've got a problem!
電話つながってないわ。
The phone line is out. Oh god, of course it is! Oh my god! Tsukiji and I looked at each other.
くもり、行くぞ。
We should check it out, Kumari.
I nodded, and we exited the attic together. Father Irie closed and locked the door behind us after we returned to the second floor. The sound of the rain was deafening. We gathered around the telephone.
電話線が切れている。じゃなくて、電話線そのものが抜かれてるわ。これじゃあ警察に通報するのは愚か、外部への連絡も不可能よ。
Hello, doors, welcome to the stream. Merry Christmas to most of the world. The phone's disconnected. Or rather, the line itself has been cut. We can't call anyone, let alone the police.
じゃあ直接呼びに行ってきます。
I'll go tell them in person.
いえ、それは待ってください。今単独行動をされるのはよろしくありません。ほら、外。
No, wait. We shouldn't go off on our own for the time being. Besides, look outside.
The priest pointed towards the skylight. Raindrops struck the glass hard in the thunderous cadence. At this point, we're in the midst of a full-blown storm. You don't come on foot, so it'd be risky to go back down the mountain in this weather. However, Father Irie hadn't stopped Suzuki for his own safety. If someone wandered off by themselves, those left behind would be in a precarious position. For instance, it would be easy to destroy evidence without any witnesses around.
とりあえず、今に集まりましょう。
For now, let's all head to the drawing room.
警察に連絡を入れるのは、話を整理してからでも遅くはありません。
We should talk over what happened until we can call the police.
Everyone agreed with the priest. Everyone except Hosuke. He seemed to be waiting for someone to reveal that this was all an elaborate prank. Yeah, I would too. Not like. Feeling a slight chill, I glanced at the front door. What's up with that? What's up with the foyer right there? It feels like the tiles are missing. Just faintly. I had the sense that something was off. Outside, the rain became a torrent. With my mind in haze, I... I'm glad I was paired with Tsukiji. I knew this isn't the time or place. I'm glad that Tsukiji and I were paired together. Things sure have gotten out of hand. Oh. Things sure have gotten out of hand. I silently agreed with Azaki's muttering.
外の天気も荒れる一方だ。
The weather's getting worse too.
こりゃ土砂崩れの一つも起きてもおかしくね。そうなりゃ陸の孤島だな、ここは。
Shut up, Tsukiji! Shut up!
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a mudslide tonight. I feel like getting stranded on an island.
嘘マジラッキーそうなればお泊まりじゃん
She would...
これフラグ怖がるアリスちゃんを励ます係とか俺立候補しちゃっていいの
Oh, Oh my god. Hosuke, she would literally murder you in a second.
Seriously? Sweet sleepover! Oh man, if Alice gets scared, can I be the one who comforts her?
どうぞご自由に。
By all means, go ahead.
ま、一人死んでるんだから、もう一人増えてもいいんじゃない？
Another dead person's not gonna change anything. Hazaki, Tsukiji, Hosuke, and I grouped up. For now, the four of us were Team School. Hello, Saw. Welcome to the stream.
エイリ神父、先ほどの死体ですが。
Father Airy, about the body.
分かっています。明らかに殺人事件です。
I know. This is clearly a homicide.
ですが、場所が場所ですからね。おいそれと警察を呼ぶわけにはいきません。
Given our location, we can't exactly call the police right away.
来たわー。新規臭い趣味だったアコちゃんに罵られて早6年。
6 years! 6 years it's been since Akko made fun of my sketchy hobbies.
夢にまで見た殺人事件の現場が来た
Oh god. And now we're here! A real murder scene! It's like a dream come true! Team Church was made of those three. I'd expected them to be the most cohesive group, but that didn't seem to be the case.
ちょっと宗十郎、お茶もスコーンも出ないの？
Hey, Sojiro, where are all the tea and scones?
せっかくスターが訪問してあげたのに、ろくな歓迎もなし、いきなり殺人事件とか。あなたたち礼儀ってもんがなってないんじゃない？
I'm a star, you know. I come all this way, and not only do I get a slipshod welcome, but now there's been a murder. Have you people no sense of courtesy?
いや、しかし待ってほしい。
Wait, hold on.
人が一人死んでいるのにお茶とお菓子を要求するのは礼儀以前の問題ではないだろうか。
Demanding tea and scones after someone's died is worse than bad manners.
ああ？何？番犬のくせにご主人様に意見しようっての？どうしてここぞという時に常識人ぶんのよ、あんたは。
And what is that supposed to mean? Is the dog barking orders at his master? Don't pretend you're the one with common sense here. The girl in pink grabbed Suzuki by the collar and shook him viciously.
青崎が二人。
Whoa, I see two Aozakis.
Suzuki's eyes began to glaze over, possibly because her fingers were digging into his carotid artery.
そこのピンク、まずそうな人間だけど、それ以上宗十郎さんに触れたら頭から丸かじるぞ。
Hey, Pinky. Oh, hey, Pinky. You don't look very tasty for a human. But hands off, Sojiro, before I bite your head off.
はあ、やれるもんならやってみれば？
Hello, Archer. Welcome to the stream.
あんたの弱点なんて分かってんだから。また返り討ちにされて、ネズミ大の大きさにしてほしいわけ？
Oh, really? Why don't you try it? I know your weakness! Want me to beat you again and shrink you down to the size of a mouse? Oh, so she actually fought him before.
へ、あれがこっちの本気だと思っていたなんて、目利きが悪いにも程がある。
Oh, so you think you know me, do you? Just shows how blind you really are.
所詮は産業革命の陰でポッと発生したススの魔女の末裔ってこと？ほんと、格落ち品らしいスカスカの脳みそだよね。
Jeez Louise. Don't forget, your ancestors were a bunch of soot witches born in the Industrial Revolution. I don't know how you've done it, but you're even dumber.
よし、死んで。犬同士仲良く2匹これ以上ないってぐらい愉快に死んで。 もう一人死んでるんだし、あと6人ぐらい追加されても構わないわよね。
Alright, time to die. I'm happy to add another 2 mangy mutts to the body count right now. There's already 1 dead guy. What's another 6 or so corpses on top of that? Meanwhile, the disagreeable teen mansion was centered around Miss Kwanji, who was sitting on the sofa. The pink girl, Beo, and Suzuki were bickering bitterly about something or other. Live Alice reaction. Miss Kwanji, the mistress of the house, remained silent, her expression pensive. That blue robin had gone off somewhere again.
はいはい、みんなそこまで。
Okay, everyone, enough of
こ
that!
の素敵な展開、
We're,
異常な事態を前にして喧嘩している場合じゃありません。
we're in a wonderful, we're in a tight situation! There's no time to fight amongst ourselves!
状況は火を見るより明らかです。時津百合彦氏が死亡していたことと、屋敷の電話線が消失していたこと。
Mr. Yurikiko Tokitsu has died. The mansion's telephone line is out.
この2つの事件は偶然ではありません。
These two things can't be a coincidence.
これは連続したある人物によって引き起こされた事件と見る方が論理的です。
As
すなわち、
such, it's logical to conclude that we are dealing with...
殺人事件。時津氏を殺害した何者かは警察に連絡させないために電話を使用不能にしたということですか？
Murder. So you're saying whoever killed Mr. Tokitsu made sure that we couldn't contact the police?
そう、その通りよ、小鹿ちゃん。
Yes, precisely, Kojika!
これはもう立派な殺人事件です。そして犯人はこの中にいるといいな。
This is a perfect murder case! And the murderer is someone here! Alright, hope so anyway!
これそういうイベントだったの？
What? That's what's going down?
そうよ、木の実くん。これはそういうイベントなの。
Yes, Kenobi. That is exactly what's going down.
油断していると後ろからバッサリなんだから。
Drop your guard, and from behind, BAM! Dead!
さあ、誰から持論を披露しましょうか。
Right, who wants to give the theory first? I've never seen Ritsuka so excited. Maybe it's how she reacts to fear.
リツカ、
Ritsuka.
申し訳ありません。うちの者が不穏な発言をいたしました。
Allow me to apologize for Ritsuka's unsettling remarks.
しかし、全くの狂言でないことも理解してください。時津氏を殺害した犯人がこの中にいるというのは先走りすぎですが、状況の整理は必要でしょう。
However, despite her enthusiasm, she has a point. While we can't be certain Mr. Tokitsu's killer is one of us, we do need to make sense of the situation.
That sounded reasonable enough. Father Irie kicked off the proceedings.
まず屋根裏の状況から。
Let's start with the scene in the attic.
あの部屋は鍵がなくて誰でも入れる状況だった。
As the attic isn't locked, anyone could have entered at any time. Hello, Tori. Welcome to the stream.
この中で時津のじいさんが屋根裏に向かうところを見た人、あるいは相談された人はいる？
Did anyone here see Mr. Tokitsu heading for the attic? Or did he say anything about going there? No takers. Either Mr. Tokitsu entered the attic by himself without telling anyone, or he was taken there by the killer.
時津氏を最後に見たのは誰でしょう？
Who saw Mr. Tokitsu last?
私たち3人は夕方から入館しましたが、 その時点で時津氏の姿を見てはいません。
The three of us entered the mansion this evening, but we didn't see him.
俺たちは午前中からいたけど朝は一緒だったぜ。
We've been here since this morning. He was with us then.
アリスちゃんの隣を奪い合ったからこれは間違いない。
We fought for a seat next to Alice.
でもそうだ、あのじいさん時計を見て時間だとかつぶやいて今から出て行ったんだっけ。
Then, oh yeah. I think he looked at the clock, said something about it being time, and then left the drawing room.
Despite his appearances, Hosuke had a pretty good memory. When it came to anything besides studying, that is. In the end, Hosuke's statement was the last eyewitness account we had of Mr. Tokitsu.
となると時津氏が消えたのは正午過ぎからですか。参りましたね。これでは全員に等しくアリバイがない。
That means Mr. Tokitsu disappeared sometime after noon. This is troubling. None of us will have a watertight alibi.
Right. The time between his disappearance and discovery had been too long. Even though I arrived in the afternoon, I'd been to the bathroom a few times. The same went for Aozaki and the three at Mashiro. Everyone had been alone for at least 5 to 10 minutes at some point. The only exception who had stayed here with someone the entire time was Mr. Kwanji.
アリス、エイリたちを迎えに行く時しか動いてないものね。鉄壁のアリバイだわ。
Alice, you only got up once to greet Irie and the others. That's a pretty strong alibi.
細かく証言をすり合わせていけばより確かな不在時間が出てくるでしょうが、あまり効果はないでしょうね。誰もが犯人に該当しすぎる。
I thought examining everyone's statements would have yielded some insight into his absence. But it appears not. We're all suspects.
ここはアリバイより動機、あるいは凶器について話し合いますか。
I agree we should discuss the motive and murder weapon.
動機の線でいけば俺たちは全員白ですよ。
If we look at motives, then we're all innocent.
むしろ外部による犯行とした方が通りがいい。時津のじいさんはあれで大企業のトップですからね。親族による利権絡みで殺されたってのが普通の考えでしょう。
Oh, I think the volume might be too low. Let me just turn it a bit higher.
It has to be someone from outside who set this up. Old Yurihiko owned a massive enterprise. I can imagine a family member taking him out of her rights or inheritance.
なんで動機をあれこれ想像するのも無駄骨かと。
I don't think this line of questioning is gonna get us anywhere.
そのセリフ、私が言いたかったのに。ゆいちゃんのボディーブロー、痛すぎ。
I wanted to say that, but Yui's body blow. It hurts.
なるほど。ではあなたは凶器について殺害方法について考察するべきだというのですね。
I see. So you're saying we should consider the weapon or the modus operandi?
そういうことになりますかね。凶器を特定させれば誰なら殺害可能かって問題に移れるでしょう。
I think so. If we find out what weapon was used, we can figure out who carried it.
幸い凶器ははっきりしていますから。エイリ神父は気づいていますか。
Luckily, it's clear what the weapon was, isn't it, Father?
ええ、それなりには。今と屋根裏間でなぜ聞こえなかったのかという不思議は残りますが。
I think I know the reason. The reason that you didn't hear it was because it happened while the girl's helicopter, while Riddell's helicopter was landing, and that was really loud, so nobody heard it. That's what I think, anyway.
To a certain extent, yes. I still don't know why we didn't hear it from here, however.
皆さんはわかりますか。
Does everyone know what it was?
That was a rather mean-spirited question. Father Irie observed everyone's faces as he waited for a response. So, how was Yorihiko Tokitsu killed?
Oh my god. So many choices. Oh my god. Small bombs! Yes! Yes! Oh my god!
I think it was a small explosive. Practically speaking.
え、何って一目瞭然でしょ、あんなの。
Huh? What do you mean? Isn't it obvious?
手と足と顔にダイナマイトつけたんじゃないの？
They probably stuck dynamite to his hands, feet, and face.
ええ、当然の論理的帰結ね。
That would be the logical conclusion.
だって手と足と顔がないんだもの。
I mean, those parts of his body were totally gone.
Ozaki was a thorough realist, but she could arrive at some pretty wild conclusions sometimes.
その可能性もなくはないが、今回は別だ。
Oh, that's possible. I don't think that's what happened.
時津のじいさんがどういう経緯であの部屋にいたかは不明だが、あの部屋で何が起きたかはわかる。粉塵爆発だ。
We don't know how Mr. Tokitsu ended up in the attic, but we do know what happened there. It was a dust explosion.
はあ？粉塵爆発って大気中に可燃性の石炭が舞っていて、花火とかで引火したら爆発するっていうあれ？
I thought you mean an explosion caused by something like fireworks igniting some combustible in the air?
大雑把に言うとそうですね。石炭に限らず、そこが密室で一定量の可燃性の粉塵であれば爆発は起きるんですよ。家庭用品で言うと小麦粉ですね。
You're on the right track. In a closed space like that, an explosion can occur when there's a certain amount of combustible dust, like flour.
他には鍋のサビとアルミホイルでテルミットも作れますが、まあ状況からして粉塵の方でしょう。
You can even make thermite out of aluminum foil and the rust from old pots and pans. But based on the situation, a powder seems more likely.
でも、ならどうして胴体だけ残ってたの？
But if that was the case, why was only his torso intact?
そもそも粉塵爆発ってそんなに強いの？
Are dust explosions even that powerful?
それはこれから探るところだが、じいさんのコート、あれ、防弾ジャケットなのかもな。
That's what we need to find out. Possible his jacket was blast resistant.
それと、死因は粉塵爆発とは限らない。殺した後に爆発を起こしたって線もある。爆発自体は小さいもので、手足と顔はあらかじめ焼いてあったのかもだ。
And we don't know if it was the explosion that killed him. The culprit could have set up the blast after they murdered him. Given that the explosion itself was small, his limbs and face could have already been burned.
そうですね。それなら爆発の音が今まで聞こえなかった説明にもなる。
True. That would also explain why we didn't hear the explosion from the drawing room.
あの粉塵爆発の後は何らかのカモフラージュという説も捨てきれません。
We can't overlook the possibility that the dust explosion traces are some sort of misdirection.
カモフラージュって何を隠すって言うんですか？
Misdirection? What would they be hiding?
ですから不自然さをです。
The unnatural aspects of this entire killing, of course.
例えばあの遺体が時津氏ではなく全く関係のない人間の死体だったらどうです？
For instance, what if the corpse wasn't actually Mr. Tokitsu's but someone else's?
その場合顔があってはあの死体が時津氏でないことは明白です。犯人は何としても顔を隠したい。しかしだからといって顔を焼いては その行為そのものが証拠になります。
In that case, the culprit would need to obscure his face. However, burning the face alone would be too obvious.
なので焼かれていても不自然ではない状態を演出するために、あえて不自然な粉塵爆発を使って大元の不自然さを隠したとか。
Perhaps to make it seem normal his face had been burned, they purposefully disguised their overall approach with an explosion.
大きな嘘の前には小さな嘘が消えてしまうというやつですよ。
A bigger deception to mask smaller lies.
それも言いたかった。言いたかったのに。
Come on! I wanted to say that! I really wanted to say that! Everyone seemed impressed by Tsukiji and the priest. Heck, I sure was. Even if I'd pinned down the possibility there was a dust explosion in the room, I wouldn't have figured out why.
なるほど。粉塵爆発にそんな意味が。
A dust explosion. I see.
Husky nodded solemnly.
で、ごめん。それってどういうことなの？
What does that mean?
とりあえず凶器の所在を明らかにできるってことだ。
For now, it means we can pinpoint the location of the weapon.
宗十郎、台所に小麦粉はあるか？
Zodro, is there flour in the kitchen?
今調べてる。ないな。
I'm checking now. Nope, nothing.
買い置きがあったのに袋ごとなくなってる。
I bought extra, but the bags are gone.
つまりどういうことだってばよ。
Okay, so what does that mean?
誰かが台所から小麦粉を持ち出したってことでしょ。
Someone took the flour from the kitchen.
それが示すところは。
Which goes to show that the culprit knew their way around the kitchen, right? Or was this another possible misdirection? Just then, the blue robin, which had been gone all this time, came flapping back into the drawing room. I perched on Miss Quanchi's shoulder and let out a shrill chirp.
まあ、
Oh dear. Miss Quanji stood up from the sofa and looked at all of us.
真剣に討論をしているところ申し訳ないのだけど、皆さんに大変なお知らせがあります。
Sorry to interrupt the serious discussion, but I have bad news.
その前に、しずきくん、少しいい？
Before that, Suzuki, do you have a moment? She got a tweet. She gestured Suzuki over to her and spoke to him in a hushed voice.
ちょっと、そこ、近いんじゃないの？
Hey, what are you getting all buddy-buddy over there for?
隠し事とか感じ悪いんだけど。
If you have something to say, say it to all of us. Ah, some people.
ごめんなさい、リデル。でもその前に、しずきくんからあなたに、とっておきの小話があるそうよ。
Sorry, Videl, but it seems Suzuki has something to say to you.
きっと素敵な話だろうから、聞いてみてあげて。
I'm sure it's quite wonderful, so do listen.
ああ、こんなことでいいならぜひ聞いてほしい。
Yeah, this might help.
リデルの心を打つこと請け合いだってアリスが。君には何度か助けられたし、喜んでもらえるなら俺も嬉しい。
Alice assured me you'd be interested. You've helped me in time and time again, so it would mean a lot if you would hear me out.
いいじゃない。聞いてあげるから言いなさいよ。
Fine. I'm listening. Spit it out already.
ジュティム、ジュテーム、モナムー。
は？
Je t'aime, mon amour.
What? What?
何それおかしいの
Sorry. Why the hell would you of all people say that?
そうじゃろアリスに遊ばれてるってば今のセリフどんな意味だかわか
What? Sotaro, Alice is messing with you. Do you even know what you just said? Did she get shot?
いきなり吐血して倒れ込んだ
Oh, she vomited. Wow. She vomited blood and collapsed. I wish you were the girl in pink. No pulse. She wasn't breathing either. People's unresponsive, no sign of life at all.
完全に死んでいるわ
She's totally dead. The atmosphere in the drawing room turned frenzied. Some looked shocked, while others looked cautious. Alright, no way she's actually dead. And a few of us were utterly dumbfounded.
やっぱり困ったことになったわね
Things are getting worse.
どういうことアリスリデルのやつなんで死んだの
What's going on, Alice? Why did Riddell die?
説明するのは簡単よ
It's simple, actually.
トッキーの殺害現場で気になることがあったからさっきロビンに保管庫の様子を見に行かせたの
I had my suspicions when we found Tokie in the attic, so I had Robin go and check the vault.
そうしたら一体分プロイキッシャーが空席だって
Oh, it's that fucking chompy one, isn't it? One floor kickshaw's missing.
プロイがじゃあじいさんとリデルをやったのはそのプロイだっていうの
Missing? So you're saying Mr. Tokitsu and Riddell were killed by a ploy?
正確にはプロイのルールに引っかかったというべきね
It'd be more accurate to say they were caught by the ploy's rules.
隠していても仕方のないことだからはっきりと言うわ
Oh shit! Wow, wow. Is she really gonna explain magic to everybody? After the whole huge deal it was with Sotaro? Really? No point hiding anything now, so I'll explain.
これから朝まで笑うのは絶対に禁止よ
Until tomorrow morning, laughter is strictly forbidden. What the fuck? Oh, that's insane. Hello, Dusklight. Welcome to the stream.
なんで
Merry Christmas to most of the world. Why?
だってこの洋館笑ったら死ぬ世界になったから
The mansion has become a world where those who laugh die.
そんな笑ったら死ぬとかマジ怖いじゃん
No way. That's crazy scary.
アリスちゃんったら冗談うまいんだから
You got me, Alice. Great joke.
Is he gonna explode?
ホースケー
Oh my god, what the fuck? Money? What?
マジのようね
That seems crazy as right.
木の実くんのおかげでよりルールが見えてきたわ
Thanks to Konami. The ploy's rules are clear by now.
自分から笑う分にはノーカウントで愛想笑いも除外
Laughing of your own accord doesn't count. Neither does insincere laughter.
でも人の言動や仕掛けで心の底から笑ってしまったらアウトと判断されるのね
However, laugh from the gut about another person's words, actions, or tricks
And you're out. What? I had no idea what was going on. Laughing you die. Really? I knew Miss Kawanji wasn't exactly normal. I didn't know she was insane. And again, 2 people died right in front of me after bursting out laughing. So was it true after all?
プロイキッシャーが稼働しているというのですか。
So what you're saying is that Deploy Kickshaw is active.
しかしそんな魔力の流れがあるのならシスターユイカに気づかれないはずがありません。
But if that's so, why hasn't Sister Yuika noticed?
これは完全先行型のプロイ。
This floor is perfect camouflage.
ユイカさん。
That and Yuika.
はい。クオン自邸の中で魔力の高を測るのは馬鹿げています。エイリ神父、私たちは一つの巨大な神秘の中にいるのです。魔力の流れなんてこの山に入った時点で測りようがありません。
Right. I couldn't even attempt to measure the amount of magical energy within the Kawanji estate. We're inside an enormous mystic as it is. Measuring the flood of energy became impossible the moment we stepped foot in the mansion.
そうでしたね。お恥ずかしい。私も混乱しているようです。
You're right. Do pardon me, I seem to be a bit disoriented. Being calm in this situation would be weirder. Father Irie seemed cold at first glance, but maybe he's actually a more feeling person than I realized. Nope, he's not. Oh, what on earth was a ploy? The conversation was starting to leave me in the dust.
一ついいか。笑わされたら死ぬってのはいいよ。あんたのことだ。それぐらいあるかもしれねえ。
I have a question. I get that if someone makes you laugh, you die.
だが、死に方が一致しないのはどういうことだ。
Why are people dying in different ways?
じいさんもリデルも木の実もそれぞれ違う死に方だ。ルールと言ったが、そこはランダムなのか？
Perhaps Riddell and Kinomi, all different. You said something about rules, but is it random?
死に方はその人の人間性によるわ。
Their deaths relate to their nature.
人間性、トラウマとか本質とかそういうのを表すの？
Their nature? Like their issues, personality, and all that? Oh, because that's why he died with the dust explosion because of his whole thing with bread. I see. And Kanomi exploded into money because he loves money. So why did Riddell just get blown up? It looks like she just got shot almost. Their nature? Like their issues, personality, and all that?
ええ。隠された性癖も暴露されかねないわ。
Right. Even their hidden idiosyncrasies.
ああ、そういうことだったのね。ようやく合点がいった。いくらなんでもおかしいと思ったのよ。あの死に様はそういうからくりだったのか。
Oh, I get it now. I thought something was strange, but their deaths are also a part of the design.
木の実くん、札束まき散らして死ぬとか、どれだけゴージャスな人生を期待していたのかしら。
Wow. So Konomi must have really wanted to be rich to die in a shower of money.
その札束もこれじゃあ救えねえがな。
Ironically, money couldn't have saved him this time.
リデルは普通なんだな。
Riddell died a pretty normal death.
彼女のことだから、俺はてっきり飛行機とかクルーザーに変形するかと思ったのに。
Knowing her, I expect her to transform into an airplane or a yacht or something.
そうっすね。さすがリデルさん。見かけ倒し度が半端ないっす。吐血して突然死とか本気で地味すぎるっていうか、木の実の旦那以下とか、これだからさ下は出落ちすぎて救えねえっせ。
Yeah, Riddell's all barking now, boy. Bobbing and claret and doing more than there's balls. Even worse than Konomi's death. All loss and no sexton plight.
誰か
She's not dead.
しただっつーの
Watch your back! What? She's alive!
なめんじゃないわよ。
Don't underestimate me!
心臓止まったくらいで。
Stop in my heart!
死んで
Isn't going to stop me! Yes, she does not die when killed. Oh my god.
うわ、心停止を気合で耐えた人類初めて見ました。あの程度の笑いじゃリデルさんは殺せそうにありませんね。
Whoa, I didn't know humans could survive heart attacks just by being stubborn. Looks like you need better jokes to kill her.
すごいな。今度その秘訣を教えてほしい。
Incredible. You'll have to teach me that trick sometime.
ええ、完成されたゾンビのよう。私は信じていたわ、リデル。
I knew you'd come back from the dead, Vidal. Like a zombie.
あんたたち褒める前に謝るのが先じゃない。
Hey, how about an apology?
だいたい試すならそこのウェアウルフの方が適任でしょ。殺してもほっとけば生き返るんだから、なんで私を狙い撃ちなのよ。
I noticed your theory on that stupid werewolf over there. He resurrects no matter what. Why go after me?
え、だって私たちライバルなんでしょ。
What do you mean, why? We're rivals, aren't we?
なら殺し合いをするのは当然だと思うけど。
Of course we tried to kill each other.
そうよ。ライバルってそういうものよ。
Yeah, of course. Baka.
やるじゃない。隙あらば仕掛けてくるなんて見直したわ。
Not bad. You really took me by surprise. I underestimated you.
やっぱりあの女殺しても死なない系だったか。
Yep. Ah,
たまんねえな。
somebody had to say it. Somebody had to say it. Somebody had to fucking say it.
Figured she'd be the type to survive even if someone kills her. Damn.
Yeah. Shiro is wrong. So, clearly shocked by the girl in Pink's horror show, Tsukichi was taking this way too well.
ちょっと築地、あんた今のおかしいと思わないの？人が死んだのよ。
Tsukiji, don't you think this is weird? Someone just died, you know?
ホウスケとか紙吹雪になって死体もないのよ。笑ったら死ぬとかなんだっていうのよこれ。もしかして私とっくに夢見ちゃってる？
And Husky turned into confetti. Dying from laughter, I mean, what is all this? Am I dreaming?
落ち着け。信じたくねえが現実だよ。
Calm down. I don't want to believe this is happening, but it is.
クオンジの言う通り、この洋館はそういうルールの世界になって、リデルはそれに引っかかったが、自力でルールに抵抗したってわけだ。
Like Quanji said, this mentions another world now with new rules. Riddell got caught out, but she resisted.
頭の痛いことだが、クオンジとリデルはその手のオカルトがありな奴らなんだよ。
I know it all sounds crazy, but Quanji and Riddell can do some crazy things. As I found out many months ago in Mahoyo 2, where the entire world's history had been changed. Earth shattered. Amazing things happened. Don't you remember?
Oh yeah, I remember all those insane things, those crazy plot twists and events.
俺も具体的には知らねえけどな。というか、踏み込んだら巻き込まれる。 ギリギリ外から眺めた結果、あの二人が本物だと判断した。今はそれで納得しとけ。
I don't know exactly what they can do. Oh, that's probably for the best. I just know from watching them they're the real deal. Trust me on this.
納得できない。だってホウスケ死んじゃったのよ。
Trust you? Husky is dead!
クマリさん、木の実くんの死を悲しむのはまだ早いわ。彼やトッキーはアウト扱いで退場しただけ。現実ではまだ行方不明状態よ。
Miss Kumari, you shouldn't mourn Konomi just yet. He and Tokie simply triggered the ploy, now they're out. In reality, they're just missing.
誰かがこのゲームをクリアすれば、ゲーム内容はすべて無効扱いになって、彼らも元通りになるわ。
If someone wins the game, they will be rendered null, and everything will return to normal.
死んでない。ゲームをクリアすれば元通りになるですって？
They're not dead? Someone just needs to win the game? I understand what Miss Kawanji is saying, but for better or worse, I was a realist like Azaki. This sci-fi and fantasy nonsense was too hard for me to swallow. Zenzen Damida.
クマ、落ち着いて。気持ちも心情もわかるけど、今は話を聞きましょう。
Relax, Kuma. I know where you're coming from, but listen to what we're saying.
アリス、もっと詳しく話して。
Alice, you should explain in more detail.
プロイの仕業なのは分かったけど、具体的にどういうルールになったの？クリアって何？
I get that this is the ploy's doing, but what are the actual current rules? What do you mean by winning the game?
このプロイは確率変動型のプロイなの。
We're dealing with a probability shifting ploy.
使用者が定めた条件が満たされたら発動して、あとは丸一日稼働し続ける。これがゲーム。
Once the user's conditions are satisfied, it will actively activate and then operate for a full day. That's the game.
ゲーム中は現実世界に新しいルールが一つ追加される。今回は笑わされたら死ぬでしょうね。
During the game, a new rule will be added to the real world. In this case, dying when someone makes you laugh.
またゲーム中は区域からの脱出は困難になる。この区域から脱出する方法は2つだけ。
And don't even bother trying to escape. It's not possible. There are only two ways to end this.
一つは誰がプロイの使用者なのか暴くこと。
The first is to expose the ploy's user.
でも軽率に犯人を指名するのは避けるべきね。
However, we shouldn't point the finger at just anyone.
もし間違えていたり証拠が欠けていた場合、犯人を指名した人物もアウトになるから。
Ah, now we're Danganronpa. If the accuser is mistaken or lacks evidence, they'll be eliminated.
もう一つはゲームが終わるまでプロ以外の参加者が一人でもいいから生き延びること。
The other way is for any player other than the ploy, even if it's just one person, to survive until the end of the game.
このどちらでもクリアになるわ。クリアさえしてしまえば何人犠牲者が出ようと帳消し。みんな生き返ってゲーム中の記憶は失う。
I see. And that's why we can tell everyone about magic. Okay. That's how you win the game and bring all the victims back. Their memories of the game disappear, though.
どうなることかと思いましたが、それなら問題はありませんね。
Yeah, that.
このまま夜が明けるのを待てばいいのですから。
Yeah, all they gotta do is sleep. Well, that takes the pressure off. If we wait until dawn, we'll be fine.
The sisters seemed relieved, but I wasn't. Not by a long shot. Maybe it's because I was having a hard time wrapping my head around the situation, but I felt so on edge. Hi.
Alright, that's just tempting fate. I think I'll do this one.
I should point out we're one person down. I think it was about time to point out that we're still missing someone.
どうかしら。そうはいかないと思うわよ、ゆいちゃん。
I'm not convinced things will go so smoothly, Yui.
リツカ、それはどういう？
What do you mean, Mitsuka?
木の実くんやリデルさんはともかく、時津さんは無理やり誰かに笑わされた可能性があるんだから。
Kinumi and Miss Riddell aside, it's possible someone forced Mr. Tokitsu to laugh.
それに、あっちゃんはこう言ったわ。使用者が定めた条件だって。このプロイは事故で起動したんじゃなくて、誰かが意図的に起動させたってことでしょ？
And remember what Ali said. The user decides the rules. This ploy didn't start by itself, someone activated it.
では、
You mean
犯人がいるってこと。
the culprit is still at large?
そいつが誰かはわからないけど、こんなルールを作った以上、何としても私たちを笑わせようとするんじゃない？
But seeing as they created the rules, they're probably gonna make us laugh however they can.
いえ、そうでなくても犠牲者は出るかもしれない。
They might not even need to go that far, actually.
こんなこと言いたくないけど、疑心暗鬼から来客たちが自滅し合うのはミステリーの定番でしょ、リツカ。
I hate to say it, but in mystery novels, the guests often end up tearing each other apart out of suspicion.
その通りなのです。さすがアコちゃん、わかってる。
Yes, bang on, Naoko!
このルールの底意地が悪いところは、殺害方法が犯人だけの特権ではないことよ。極論として、犯人を突き止めなくても生き残れる方法はある。
The nasty thing about this rule is that anyone can kill anyone. However, that also means we can survive without identifying the culprit.
要は、他人に笑わせられなければいいんだから。
We only need to make sure that no one else can make us laugh.
やられる前にやれ。
Do unto others before they do unto you.
自分以外の人間を先に消してしまえば安全だ。
You could remove everyone else to guarantee your own safety.
まとめるとこういうことですか？
Is that what you're saying?
1、今、洋館は笑うと死ぬ世界になっている。
Okay, 1. The mansion's now a world where if you die, you laugh. Or if you laugh, you die.
2、その状況を望んだ人物 A がいる。
2. Person A made this happen.
3、俺たちはその人物 A が誰なのかを見抜くまで安心できない。なぜなら、その人物 A はすでに時津老人を殺害しており、他の人間を殺さない保証はないからである。
3. We can't rest until we figure out who this person A is. I've already murdered Mr. Tokitsu and they could kill again.
4. 必然俺たちは自分以外の人間を疑い、正体を暴くか、朝まで身を守るか、笑わせて消していくしかないと。
4. We suspect anyone but ourselves and reveal the culprit. Hold out until morning or make everyone else laugh.
生き残れるのはただ一組。
Only one group can survive.
何かっこよくまとめてんのよ、あんたは。
You think you're some badass talking like that?
アリス、これ何番のプロイ？
Alice, what number ploy is this?
15番。まじないと確率変動、二神同体、願掛けによる魔力強化のプロイキッシャーよ。
15. It's a ploy kickshaw of magical reinforcement via charms. Probability shifting 2 minds in one body and prayer.
あっちゃやっぱりスイーツハーツだったか。
Sweetheart. I wonder if it has something to do with romance. Ah, bollocks. Sounds like sweethearts, all right.
最悪。あんなの使うやつがいるなんて、どんだけ優柔不断なのよ、日本人って。
Perfect, just perfect. How spineless Japanese people have to be to use something like that.
スイーツハーツ
Sweethearts?
それがこのプロイの名前なのアリス。
Is that the ploy's name, Alice?
Yes. 一定のルールを作って、その中で生き延びたパーティーの魔力を向上させる戦闘前の運試しみたいなプロイよ。大抵はみんな全滅してスイーツハーツの一人勝ち。生存者はいないってデスゲームだけど。
Yes, it creates rules and boosts the survivor's magical energy. It's like a test your luck ploy you use before a battle. Usually sweethearts wins and everyone dies, though.
じゃ、私はアリスと組むから。
Very well. I shall be teaming up with Alice.
は？何よ、その組むって。
Excuse me? Who said we're teaming up?
これはパーティーサバイバルなの。ゲームは二心同体。二人一組で挑んだ方が勝率は上がるわ。
This is a fight for survival. This game is about trust and betrayal, so grouping up in pairs will give us the best chance of victory.
だって最終的には面倒な犯人当てより力ずくの笑わせ合いになるのは明白でしょ。誰だって最後に生き残るのは自分でありたいんだし。
Instead of running around trying to find the culprit, we should just try to make each other laugh. I mean, we all want to survive, don't we?
その点、私とアリスなら絶対よ。アリスは笑わないし、私はパーティージョークを担当できるし。
Thus, Alice and I make the ultimate team. Alice never laughs, and I can be the Joker.
ね、そうでしょ、アリス。
Right, Alice?
そうね。しずきくん、お願いできる？
Mind if I join you, Suzuki?
そうだね。聞いた限りアリスなら安全だ。
Sure. Based on what I've heard, you're the safest person to be with.
優しさとかないの、あんたたちには。
What have happened to kindness in this cruel world?
なるほど。自分が犯人ではないと思う信じられる知人をパートナーにして協力し合うのですね。
I see. Partner with someone you trust, someone you don't believe to be the culprit, and work together.
シスターユイカ、よろしいですか？
Sister Yuika, would you mind?
そうですね。恐ろしいことですが、この中で最も信用できるのはエイリ神父のようですから。
My pleasure. While this is a frightening situation, you appear to be the most trustworthy person here.
私はのけものか。
Hey, what about me?
タコちゃん、私と組む？
Want to partner up, Alco?
リデル、組みましょう。今夜だけは過去のことは水に流して。
Riddell, let's pair up. Just for tonight, we should put everything behind us.
流しましょう。私のことも水に流しましょう。
Oh, come on, you can make peace with me too!
いいわよ、好きにして。
Fine.
いざとなれば二人で洋館ごとコッパみじんよ。
Fine. If push comes to shove, we can just demolish the mansion.
自然な流れだな。じゃあまあ、常識人らしく俺たちは俺たちで組むか、くまり。
Makes sense so far. How about it, Kumari? Just two regular Joes with common sense.
I didn't see that coming, even though I probably should have, based on tropes. Oh, the weirdness and murder mysteries were bad enough. But now this?
宗十郎さんと組めないんなら、僕は一人でいいや。どうせ遊びだしさ。
Well, if I can't be with Sojiro, then I don't need anyone else. This is just playtime for me anyway.
あー、残念。それじゃあ私は山城先生と。
Oh, I guess that means I'm stuck with Mr. Yamashiro then.
あれ？
Yeah, where did he fucking go? Huh? We all looked at each other. I've been wondering when someone would notice. Mr. Yamashiro had been missing for a while. Did he try to leave? We began a manhunt for Mr. Yamashiro. Once we separated into groups to scour the mansion, Ritsuka, in charge of the second floor guest rooms, called us together.
ここ、山城先生の客室ね。鍵はかかっているの？
This is Mr. Yamashiro's room. Is it locked?
かかっていなかったわ。留守だと思って中を覗いてみたんだけど。
No, it's not. When he wasn't inside, I took a peek inside and, well... Ritsuka trailed off. Was it my imagination or is she stifling a laugh?
とにかく中を見て、話はその後にしましょう。
Just take a look for yourselves. Then we can talk. Following Ritsuka's direction, we stepped into the room. What? Inside, there was a field of... What? A field of flowers. In its center lay the body of Mr. Yamashiro. What's with that pose? Is he supposed to be a pharaoh or something? Hazaki tried desperately not to laugh. It took a serious effort from me too. Inappropriately, I couldn't help but see the image of Mr. Yamashiro lying serenely on the bed of flowers as more of a Kohaku New Year's singing contest than a coffin viewing.
いやはや、至って健全な方だと思っていたのですが。
Yeah, what is going on? What the fuck is he doing? Does he yeah. Oh, he must be involved with the memory in some way. What the fuck is this?
Oh dear. Mr. Yamashiro always seems so normal.
山城先生は普段どんな人生を送りたいと思っていたのでしょうね。
But this does raise some questions.
何これ？ただの教師が私より派手な死に方とかふざけてるの？
This has to be a sick joke! How can a school teacher die in a more flamboyant way than I live? Jeez.
皆さん、詮索はそこまでです。個人の人間性をどうこう言うのはデリカシーが欠けています。
Let's leave this here for now. People deserve their dignity even in death.
今後、新たな犠牲者が出たとき、その死を笑うようなことはないように。いいですね。
If another person passes away, I ask you all to treat it with more gravity. Is that clear?
あ、はい、すみません。確かに不謹慎でした。
Forgive me. I shouldn't have been so facetious.
やはりこういう時は頼りになりますね。ユイカ君は。
You're so reliable at times like these, sister.
大人として当然の注意です。学生を監督する立場なのですから、営利神父も軽はずみな行為は控えてください。
I'm simply being a responsible adult. You should also conduct yourself in a manner befitting a student supervisor, father. The room felt colder after Sister Yuika's scolding. After we finished examining the room, Miss Kwanji locked it behind us and returned to the drawing room. A somber mood settled over the parlor. The gloom wasn't from any sense of grief, but rather a certain feeling that pervaded the group after we split in pairs. Suspicion between the teams.
客室に乱れた様子はなかった。山城を客室に誘い込んだのか、山城が客室にいる時にやってきたのか。
There was no evidence of a struggle in the guest room. Either Mr. Yamashiro invited them or they invited themselves in before he arrived.
どちらにせよ、親しい中での不意打ちだったんだろう。山城はルールを知らなかったから、あっさり笑わされたんだろうが。
Either way, he likely knew them and was taken by surprise. Mr. Yamashiro probably didn't know the rules, so maybe it was easy to make him laugh.
Tsukichi spoke to everyone in the room. Usually Father Irie was the one leading the discussion. But now that he was silent, maybe Tsukichi felt he had to step up.
何飛び丸あんたにしちゃ歯切れが悪いじゃない。
What's gotten into you, Tobimaru? You're normally more direct than this.
今の憶測に間違いはないと思うけど。
Where are you going with all this?
いや、教会組や久遠寺はともかく、俺や青崎、Kumariは山城先生をよく知ってるだろ。
Oh, just aside from Kuanji and the people from the church, you, Kumari, and I all knew Mr. Yamashiro well.
あのヒルアンドンが他人の冗談に心から笑うっていうのはかなりレアな出来事じゃないか。
That blockhead wasn't the kind of guy to give you a big belly laugh at your jokes.
He was right. Mr. Yamashiro was smiling a lot and was easygoing, but he was neutral to a fault. He never responded strongly to people's opinions, almost to the point of utter indifference. For him to laugh hard, he must have been taken by surprise, like victims on prank TV shows.
ま、どうやって笑わせたかは後回しだ。
I can figure out how they made him laugh later.
どうも敵さん、本気で攻めてきてるみたいだからな。仲良し時間は終わりにして、本題に入ろうぜ。
Someone's out to get us. Enough of the friendly chit-chat. Let's get to the real issue.
そうですね。この中の誰が A なのか。
Agreed. Who among us is the most likely suspect?
犯人探しを始めましょう。
We should narrow it down.
I don't think anybody wanted to hear that, but we all knew it needed to happen. There was no way around it anymore. Someone here intentionally made both Mr. Tokitsu and Mr. Yamashiro laugh. In Tokitsu's case, they even used explosives. Wait.
ごめん今更だけど時津さんの死因ってもしかして。
I knew it's a little late to bring this up now, but the way Mr. Tokitsu died.
うん。パンに殺されたんだろうね。
Right. Probably death by bread.
トッキーらしいわ。この世に小麦粉がなければ僕は前衛美術で世界を救っていたとかよくこぼしていたもの。
Makes sense in a way. Tokie did once say that if it wasn't for flour, he'd have saved the world with avant-garde art.
Tsukichi scratched his head apologetically. He looked frustrated with himself for thinking so much about the time of death and the identity of the killer. I guess he did have a more sensitive side.
犯人探しなんてするまでもないと思いますが。
I don't believe we need to hunt for the culprit.
これがプロイキッシャーによる犯行なら、第一容疑者はクオンジ・アリス、第二容疑者は青崎青子、第三容疑者はメイリデル・アーシェロット、以上の3名に絞られます。
If this is a work of a ploy kickshaw, that makes Alice Quanji the prime suspect, followed by Aoko Ozaki and Maeve Riddell Archulot.
彼女たちをここで笑わせてしまえば解決です。脇腹をえぐるなり、足の裏をそぐなりすれば、人間は笑います。物理的に。
Humans naturally laugh when their sides are prodded, or the soles of their feet are tickled. There are ways to get the answers we seek, physically.
ゆいちゃん、ちょっと落ち着いて。
Calm down, Yui!
冷静になりましょうみんな。喧嘩は良くないわ。犯人の思うツボよ、きっと。
We should try to keep cool. No fighting! The culprit's probably counting on us to argue.
もっとミステリ的に考えましょう。
まずはアリバイ検証とか、ほら物理的に穏やかな方向で。
Let's think of this more like a mystery novel and start by checking everyone's alibis, okay? No physical interrogations!
律香に賛成です。ゆいかくんもそれは最後の手段として取っておいてくださいね。築地くんやくまりさんが同席しているんですから。
I agree with Ritsuka. I can use your method as a last resort, sister. Remember, we have innocent students in attendance as well.
アリバイ検証はちょっと待ってもらえますか？
Could we wait a bit before checking alibis?
その前にスイーツハーツだっけか？そいつの特徴を詳しく聞きたいんですけど。
Before that, Sweethearts, was it? I'd like to hear more about it.
クオンジ、知ってることを話してくれ。
Waji, tell us all you know.
ルールがどうたら以前に、そいつがどういう形なのか、
We need to
俺たちは知らねえんだ。
We need to understand what it is.
そうね。肝心なことを説明していなかったわ。
I suppose you're right. I didn't explain the essentials.
スイーツハーツは卵型のプディングよ。王冠を逆さにしてゆで卵を乗せたような形。
Sweethearts is an egg-shaped pudding. It kind of looks like a hard-boiled egg on top of an upside-down crown.
斬新ね。プリンに殺されるミステリーとか今まで聞いたこともなかったわ。
That's novel. It's the first murder mystery I've heard where the weapon was a pudding.
バカなの？バカしかいないの？
Am I surrounded by idiots?
それは発動する前の形よ。スイーツハーツは自分を食べた相手にそっくりそのまま擬態するの。
That's merely how it appears before it activates. Sweethearts become a doppelganger of the person who eats it.
というか、スイーツハーツを食べちゃった時点で食べた人間、これが使用者ね。使用者は卵の中に閉じ込められて、外にはスイーツハーツが擬態した使用者が現れる。
To be precise, whoever eats sweethearts is imprisoned inside the egg. Outside, the doppelganger appears.
活動を始めたスイーツハーツは人間の形をしているってこと。
So once sweethearts is activated, it'll be in human form.
理屈も道理もあえて聞かないが、
Oh my
要は
god!
本物と偽物が入れ替わるんだな。
So basically, you're saying a person gets swamped with an imposter, right? That's pretty sus.
前言は撤回してあげる。飛び丸だけは去る以上ね。
Let me correct myself. Only Tobimaru isn't a complete idiot.
スイーツハーツは使用者に化けるプロイなの。それも完全によ。何しろ起動してしまったら、スイーツハーツすら自分が犯人だとは思っていないんだもの。
That's right. Sweethearts is a ploy that transforms into its user. A perfect replica. So perfect it doesn't realize what it is.
完全に化けるってそういうことでしょ？
Too perfect, you could say.
犯人と思わしきやつをどんなに詰問しても拷問しても、それがスイーツハーツだっていう客観的かつ絶対的な証拠がないと正体は暴けない。
No matter how much you question or torture the suspect. Without objective, absolute proof, they won't be exposed.
使用者は証拠を突きつけられて、ようやく自分がスイーツハーツだって気がつくのよ。
Once evidence is presented to them, they finally realize that they are the sweethearts in question.
あー、何そのロジックパズル。
Oh my god, it's a classic logic
た
puzzle!
まんないです。正直もうたまんないです。
I can't take it anymore, this is so awesome!
一流のスパイはまず自分はスパイではないと自己暗示をかけると言いますが、厄介ですね。
It's said that the best spies learn to convince themselves they're not spies. But this is troublesome.
いえ、それはおかしい。犯人は明確に笑わせに来ているのでしょ。それで自覚がないというのはどうも。
That doesn't sound quite right. The culprit wants us to laugh, no? If they don't know who they are, what would be the point?
スイーツハーツとスイーツハーツが代行している人間は オンオフで切り替わるの。
Sweetheart since proxy human can switch on and off.
普段は代行している人間そのものだけど、ルール実行可能な条件になると、その時だけスイーツハーツの人格に切り替わる。
Though normally a perfect doppelganger, its own personality can emerge when certain conditions are met.
もちろん代行している人間の時の人格にはスイーツハーツを起動した時の記憶は消失しているわ。
Of course, when it has the personality of its proxy, it has no memory of being activated.
What kind of setup was this? So we were dealing with a formless butcher, a murderer with no ill intent. I mean, the murderer could be anyone, even me. Any one of us could be sweethearts.
みんな落ち着いて、冷静になりましょう。
Everyone relax, just keep calm.
楽しいからって騒いだり喧嘩したり、もう我慢できない私は家に帰るぞとか叫んで飛び出して行ったりしちゃダメよ。絶対死ぬから。
If we start having too much fun and start fighting or get tired of this and try to go home, we're as good as dead.
私としてはまずあなたに冷静になってほしいのですが。
I think we can, there's one person we absolutely know it isn't, and that's Riddell. If anyone needs to calm down, it's you.
ダメ、冷静になんてなれない。
But how can I be calm in a situation like this?
お願い、夢でも覚めないで。盛り上げるためにみんなあと半分ぐらい殺されて、そして当然最後に生き残るのは私。
If this is a dream, I don't want to wake up. At least half the group needs to die to really spice things up, and then once I'm the last one alive.
そこまでのとんでもプロイとは思わなかったわ。
Wow, talk about a crazy ploy.
これは真面目にアリバイ検証するしかなさそうね。
I guess all we can do is at this point is check everyone's alibis.
そうだな。誰がスイーツハーツかは判明しないが、誰なら二人を殺せたかは見えてくるかもしれね
え。Right. We might not be able to pin Sweethearts, but we might be able to figure out who committed the murders.
それぞれこの一日の行動を証言しよう。もし自分の記憶と違ったところがあったら、容赦なく指摘してくれ。
Let's testify one by one. We should go over everything we did today. If anything seems inconsistent, don't hold back.
それじゃ、まずは俺からだな。
I guess I'll start then.
No one objected to Tsukichi's initiative. If he didn't want to go first, he'd look suspicious.
俺は午前10時にベオと木の実、時津のじいさんと久遠寺邸に到着した。
Beo, Kanumi, Yorihiko, and I all came here at 10 this morning.
俺たちは久遠寺に挨拶した後、それぞれ与えられた客室で休憩。11時には今に再集合し、昼食をとった。
Okay, I have a theory. I have a theory. I think whoever the killer is counting on them to know and understand the rules of Sweethearts. Since they do know the rules of since everyone knows how the rules works, they wouldn't dream of something that happens outside of those rules or appears to happen outside of those rules that they didn't see in person. What if their original hunch was right and Tokie's corpse is indeed a fake and he was the one that activated it? Or hell, it could be Yamashiro as well, with that same line of logic. Everyone would be completely fooled by a fake corpse because they already know how the rules work. And that person could hide and surprise them at any point. So that's just one theory I currently have.
After saying hi to Kuanji, we each went to our rooms to rest. Then met again at 11 o'clock in the drawing room and had lunch.
そうだな。確かそのあたりで時津のじいさんはいなくなってたな。
Oh yeah, around that time Yurihiko went missing.
午後になって青崎、山城、Kumariが到着。
Alzaki, Mr. Yamashiro, and Kumari arrived in the afternoon.
夕方になってリデルが呼ばれもしないのに乱入。
And in the evening, Riddell barged in uninvited.
何度かトイレで席を立ったが、基本的には居間とサンルームで過ごしていた。
I went to the bathroom a few times. Beside that, I was here in the drawing room in the sunroom.
俺が居間にいた間、常に姿があったのはクオンジだけだ。
During that period, the only person who never left the parlor was Kuanji.
私は午前中は街で買い物をして、そのまま昼過ぎにクマリと合流。なぜか山城先生もいたわ。
This morning I went shopping in town, and then met Kumari straight away in the afternoon. For some reason, Mr. Yamashiro was also there.
3人で洋館に到着したのが2時過ぎ。
The three of us arrived at the mansion sometime after 2.
今で飛び丸たちに挨拶して、あとは今とサンルームを行ったり来たりだったかな。
After saying hello to Tobimaru in the drawing room, I spent the rest of the time between there in the sunroom.
ご不条で何度か席を立ったけど、一度もトッキーとは顔を合わせていないわ。
I left a few times to the restroom, but I didn't see Tokie once. Oh, we did! We actually saw him! Oh my god, is that gonna factor into shit? Oh my god! We saw him! We did! We saw Tokie go.
僕もするの？いいけど、みんなと変わらないよ。
Huh. Do I have to go too? Whatever. My story is the same as everyone else's.
3連休だったので、昨日はトビーの家で寝泊まりしてあげてたよ。オースケも一緒だったんで、うるさいことこの上なかったです。
You know, it was a long weekend, so I hit Toby up and spent the night at his house yesterday. Osuke was there too, so it was wild. Oh, they had a sleepover.
で、朝になってから3人で一緒に公園まで行って、じいさんと合流して、ロールスロイスでここの門に到着。
In the morning, we all went to the park together to meet up with the old guy, before coming here in a sweet Rolls Royce.
10時にはアリスに挨拶して、あとはずっとゴロゴロしてました。
At 10, I said, "What's up to Alice?" Since then, I've just been chilling here the whole time. Beo is annoying. It's Tsukiji and Beo, right? Their stories are different.
ほとんど屋敷にいたんだけど、パーティーの準備が忙しくて、あまりみんなと話していないな。誰かさんと誰かさんが手伝ってくれないから。
Oh.
I've been in the mansion most of the time. Been too busy preparing for the party to really talk to anyone. Mainly because a certain duo didn't want to help.
それはともかくとして、基本的には今にいたよ。
Aside from that, I was mostly in the drawing room.
買い出しとか庭の手入れもしたけど、あれは午後だったかな。夕方になって部屋に戻ったら、時津さんが大変なことに。
I did go shopping and tend to the garden, but that was earlier in the afternoon. When I returned to my room in the evening, Mr. Tokitsu was already dead.
私はそうね、人手がなかったからトッキーが来る前に自分で西館の施錠を済ませて 居間に移動したわ。
As for me, nobody else was on hand, so I locked the west wing myself before Tokie arrived.
プロイの保管庫を含めて西館には立ち入り禁止の部屋が多いから。
The west wing contains many rooms that are off limits, including the floor vault.
それからはずっと居間でゲストの様子を見ていたけど、誰がいつどのくらい席を立っていたかまでは把握していないわ。
From there, I went to the drawing room to look after the guests. I couldn't tell you who left their seat for how long.
私も青崎と同じだけど、一応証言はしとく。
My story is the same as Aozaki's, but I guess I should tell you anyway.
午後1に青崎、山城先生と合流して午後2時過ぎに久遠寺邸に到着。
I met up with Aozaki and Mr. Yamashiro at 1 in the afternoon, and arrived at the Kuwanji estate sometime after 2.
客室で一度休憩を取ったのが3時半から4時。
I took a short break in my room from 3:30 to 4.
4時にロビーに神父さんたちがやってきたのを覚えています。
I remember the priest and the sisters coming to the foyer at around 4 o'clock.
あと、そうだ、仮眠中、誰かの笑い声が聞こえた気がするけど、気のせいかもしれないし、これは推理の材料にしないで、混乱させるだけだわ。
Oh, also, while I was napping, I thought I heard laughter. But it might have been my imagination. Don't read into it too much. Might make things confusing.
This is why there are so many save files. Let's see. Okay, good. We can scroll up. Let's see. Let's see. She didn't say that she saw Tokie.
「私は午後の業務を済ませ、青子からの招待状通り平和的ないでたちで洋館を目指しました。
After I finished my work in the afternoon, I made my way to the mansion, like Aoko's invitation said I should do with no fuss.
午後4時に洋館に到着し、サンルームでお茶をいただいているとリレル君が乱入し、その後時津氏が殺害されていることが判明しました。
I arrived about 4 o'clock and had tea in the sunroom until Riddell charged in. I found out Mr. Tokitsu had been killed after that.
こちらに来てからは時津氏と出会っていません。
I haven't seen him once during my time here.
また山城先生の姿が消えたのは時津氏の事件が発覚する前だったと思います。
I recall Mr. Yamashiro disappearing just before the Mr. Tokitsu incident came to light.
私もエイリ神父と同じです。
I'm the same as Father Avery.
この屋敷に到着してから事件が起きるまで一度も今から離れてはいません。
I haven't left the drawing room since arriving here.
私はあちゃ何度か席を立っちゃったな。おトイレとちょっと洋館探索に。
I left my seat a few times to use the restroom and explore the mansion.
だってあっちゃんが家にあげてくれるなんて珍しいじゃない。レア物も見たいなーと歩き回ってたけど案の定どこもロックは完璧でした。
I mean, how often does Allie invite people over? There are so many rare magical trinkets to appreciate. So I took a little self-guided tour, but everything was locked up tight.
あ、でも2階には行ってないわよ。これは本当。
But I never went up to the second floor. That's the truth.
God damn! Oh my god, there's so many choices. Jesus Christ.
The mood was a little tense, but there were no obvious contradictions between the alibis. The room grew silent. There was enough evidence to pinpoint the time of Tukitsu's death. Nobody heard an explosion. And apparently thanks to this ploy kickshot nonsense, even rigor mortis wasn't a reliable indicator. Since there was no way to deduce the exact time of death by examining the body, we could only estimate it based on the last time Tokitsu and Mr. Yamashiro were seen. Mr. Tokitsu likely died between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m.
I don't understand why she's not showing that she's not saying that she saw him.
Mr. Yamashiro between 4 and 8 p.m. However, everyone was together at 7, so it had to have been sometime between 4 and 7 p.m. Only 3 people had solid alibis: Miss Kwanji, Father Irie, and Sister Yuika. Tsukiji and I have alibis when it comes to Mr. Yamashiro, as we were both in the drawing room at the time. Asaki, Suzuki, and Beo were unknowns.
でも怪しいのはプロイのことを知っている青子とアリス、あとリツカだよね。だって僕らスイーツハーツなんて知らなかったんだし。
I think the most likely suspects are Aoko, Alice, and Ritsuka. They knew about the ploy. The rest of us never even heard of the sweethearts.
We know so little about Mr. Yamashiro. It could very well be him. That he also knew about it in some way.
そうだな。前もって知る機会があったかは別にして、まずはそこから検討しないとな。
Right. We should start by considering those who've known about it for a while.
今日ここで知ったのか、初めから知っていたのか。この違いは大きいぜ。
There's a huge difference between them and the rest of us who learned about it today.
He was right. We need to know when the ploy was activated. If it was me or Mr. Yamashiro, once we arrived at the mansion, we'd have need to find Sweethearts and activate it without knowing what it was. Not impossible, but not realistic. That would classify this game as a type of murder mystery involving sudden crimes. Kind of scenario where unexpected tragedies occur one after another. On the other hand, if someone knew about the ploy and had access to it anytime they wanted, that would make this a premeditated crime. There was no need to figure out when the ploy was found. Person A would have already switched places with the ploy and executed their plan at their leisure once everyone was gathered. Currently, that was the most likely scenario.
初めからプロイを知っているという前提で絞るなら、怪しいのは青崎だな。
If we assume the perpetrator knew about the ploy from the start, that makes Ozaki a suspect.
青崎なら両名を殺せる時間があった。
She had enough time to kill them both.
律香さんの場合、時津じいさんの殺害は難しい。
It would have been tough for Ritsuka to kill Yurihiko.
クオンジはずっと今にいた唯一の人間だ。犯行には及べない。
Kuanji was the only person in the drawing room the entire time, so she couldn't have done it.
そうね、それは否定しないわ。その二人に関してなら私はいくらでもやれるチャンスはあったでしょう。
Can't deny that. I had more than enough chances to do it.
ではやはり
I knew it.
やはりって何をやはりって。
What's that supposed to mean?
あくまで可能性の話でしょ。それを言うなら洋館にやってきてすぐにプロイを発見して勢い食べちゃってそれでスイーツハーツになっちゃったって偶然もあるわけだし。
I'm just saying it's possible. It's also possible somebody came to the mansion, found the ploy, gobbled it up, and turned it to sweethearts, right?
怪しさで言えばみんな同じよ。水かけ論だわ。
Don't be stupid. We're all suspicious to some degree here.
私とエイリ神父は潔白だと証明されましたが。
Father Eri and I have been cleared of guilt, though.
あんたらがどんな経緯で洋館に来たかは不明よね。
But how much do we really know about how you arrived at the mansion?
ロビーで話し声が聞こえたからアリスが出迎えたんでしょ。それ以前あんたらがどこにいたかなんて誰も証明できないじゃない。
Alice met you in the foyer because she heard your voices, didn't she? You can't prove where you were before that.
そうね。可能性で言うならエイリさんとユイちゃんと私が共謀してるというのもありだし。
She's right. And it's also possible I'm conspiring with Father Eri and Yui.
姉さん、あなたはどちらの味方ですか？
Ritsuka, whose side are you on?
私は論理の味方よ。マニアの矜持に誓ってどちらにも肩入れはしないから。
I'm on Logic's side. I swear on my pride as a detective fan that you remain totally impartial.
まあそれはそれとしてプロイを知っているって条件ならもう一人とびきり不自然な子もいるんだけどそれは誰かが指摘するでしょう。
Anyway, if we're focusing on who already knew about the ploy, I can think of one other person that doesn't quite add up. Who wants to point her out?
Hazaki and the sister glared at each other so intensely I thought I saw sparks flying. They probably didn't get along even at the best of times. Given the situation, it's no wonder they were at each other's throats.
青子、あまりユイカさんを挑発しない方がいいと思うけど。今回のルールでは彼女は最強の切り札なんだから。
Aoko, I wouldn't provoke Yuika if I were you. Given the current rules, she's our best trump card.
は？最悪の敵の間違いじゃない。
What? Don't you mean our greatest foe?
切り札よ。だってあの人、この中で一番安全だもの。
No, she's in the safest position.
そうでしょ、ユイカさん。
Isn't that right, Yuika?
ええ。私には笑いがわかりませんから。
Oh, wow. Yes, I literally do not know how to laugh.
冗談で笑うなんてことはまずありえません。ですから先に退場するのは青子さんの方でしょうね。
Really? Huh. That's interesting. Jokes don't work on me. I have no doubt that you'll be the first to self-destruct, Aoko.
Kawaji appeared to have only mentioned it as a warning, but I could tell that the room was getting more tense. Just then, the blue robin appeared in front of Miss Kawaji. It landed on the black table and started chirping.
自分犯人分かったんすけど言っていいっすか？
Oh, I know the pep! Wanna hear it? It tweeted. Bah! Miss Kwanji mercilessly squashed it with a karate chop. Why did she do that? Anyway.
いつまでも笑い話と思っていると全滅するわよ。
Why the fuck did she do that? One funny line could be the end of you. Hello, KMX, welcome to the stream.
そうだね。ユイカさんはともかく、笑い上手な人はどこかに隠れていた方がいいんじゃない？
True. Anyone not named Yuika might want to find a good place to hide before it's too late. That made sense to me. Alright, there is no need to check Riddell's alibi. I felt that it was best for everyone to stay in different guest rooms until morning.
話はここまでです。
That's all there is to say.
疑心暗鬼をこれ以上深める必要はないでしょう。犯人は分からずとも解決する手段は明白なのですから。
We already proved that it absolutely definitely isn't her. There's no point in ratcheting up suspicions even further. We can resolve this whether we know the culprit or not. Just like that, Sister Yuika took the reins. Nobody objected to her display of authority. Well, almost nobody. Ritsuko was sulking.
皆さんはそれぞれ客室で夜を過ごしてください。
Everyone, please spend the night in different guest rooms.
きちんと鍵をかけて、朝まで誰も入れないように。
Make sure to lock your doors and don't let anyone in until morning.
私とエイリ神父、リツカの3人はここで寝ずの番をしますので、何か異常があるようでしたら駆けつけます。
Father Avery, Ritsuka and I will stand guard here, so if anything unusual happens, we'll come running.
まあ妥当なところね。
Good enough for me.
教会組も犯人候補だけど、ユイカさんだけはプロイである可能性はないんだし。
The suspect could become from the church, but at least there's no chance Yuika's a ploy.
それはなぜ？
What's that?
魔女嫌いのユイカさんはプロイキッシャーの口車には乗らないでしょ。
She hates witches. No way she'd ever fall for a ploy Kickshaw's sweet talk.
さ、そうと分かったら解散。各自必要なものを手にしたら客室に戻って朝まで籠城すること。
Okay, we're done here. Everyone grab what you need, return to your rooms, and lock yourselves in until morning.
あとトイレは物理的に我慢して。
You'll just have to postpone your toilet breaks until tomorrow. The plan to live in our rooms was accepted before I could say anything. It did seem like the safest and simplest plan.
俺の部屋は使えないな。
I can't use my room though.
飛び丸、そっちの客室に行っていいか？
Tobimaru, can I stay in yours?
ああ、木の実がいなくなったからな。ちょうどいい。
Yeah, Kenobi's gone, so that's fine.
Tsukichi took some cookies and a pitcher of water from Suzuki, forgetting begrudgingly for the foyer.
ちょっと待って。築地はそれでいいの？
Hold on, Tsukiji. Are you really fine with this?
よくはねえが、多数決なら仕方がねえ。問題を解決せずに封殺しちまうのは民主主義の欠点だな。
Hell no. Let the majority spoken. We're smothering the problem without solving it. Gotta love democracy.
しかしまあ、これも鉄板の選択だ。何かあったら大声で助けを呼んでくれや。 俺も2階だからすぐに駆けつけられる。
Still, it's the obvious choice. If anything happens, shout for help. I'm on the second floor, so I got you covered.
はあ、こんなことならライブキャンセルするんじゃなかったわ。
I never should have cancelled my concert.
アリス、早く部屋に案内しなさいよ。もちろんゲストルームじゃなくてあんたの部屋よ。
Alice, show me to my room. And by that I mean your room, obviously. Not a guest room.
ここじゃロイヤルクラスなんて望むべくもないでしょ。だから特別に家主の部屋で妥協してあげるわ。
I know I can't expect a royal suite here, so I'll suffer the owner's room.
私は自分の部屋にいるから、朝まで誰も近づいちゃダメよ。
I'll be in my bedroom. Nobody better come near until morning.
僕はここで寝てるよ。何かあったら起こしてね。
I'll just sleep here. Wake me if anything happens. Everyone went their separate ways. Doubt still nagged at me, but I went to my assigned guest room for the time being. I locked the door and lay on the bed. Just in case I decide not to change into my pajamas.
笑ったら死ぬとかわけがわからないけど。
Laughing you die. Doesn't make any sense. Someone or something was clearly trying to kill us all. I turned on my side, thoughts racing. To me, Tsukiji and Father Irie were too rational. They'd overlooked something. I wasn't fixated on the culprit's face or identity. I was more concerned with the why done it. What did the culprit have to gain by killing us all? I was aroused by the sound of wind. The lights were out. I didn't remember turning them off before I went to sleep. Uh-oh, blackout. I got up and turned the light switch, but nothing happened. I wanted to check the time, but that wasn't happening in this darkness. I tried my best to go back to sleep and pretend everything was okay, but I was too on edge. I could barely even stay still.
青崎の部屋が一番近いよね。
Aozaki's room is the closest, right? I moved as quietly as possible to the door, unlocked, and peeked into the hallway. Uh-oh. What are you doing? What are you doing? It seemed empty. The only sound came from the wind and rain. As if led by something, I ventured into the hallway and down towards Aozaki's room. I placed my hand on her doorknob. It was unlocked. Inside her room, I found... Uh-oh. A dead body. The corpse of a woman I've never seen before. What? Wait, who the fuck? Did I scream? Did he manage to hold it in? I couldn't tell. The rain tonight was too intense. Creak. Creak. Oh, that wasn't the rain. It was the sound of hinges. I realized the door was swinging in Liquid's direction. It was coming from the room next to Aozaki's. Suzuki told me before that was her study. Something was on the door. A liquid. Thick and red like paint. Oh my god. This fucking phrasing is sending me. Umineko flashbacks. Inside the study, I found the gruesome sight of Aoko Aozaki. I ran down the hallway. I didn't care about making noise anymore. The storm was too loud to hear anything. Oh, God. I threw open the door to each guest room. In the third room, I found the lifeless body of the boy been on my mind for 3 years. Oh, no! Panting, I nearly rolled down the stairs. Too fast. I fell, my body bounced off the steps and rolled into the foyer. Nobody was around. The front door was wide open as if we had a visitor. My instinct told me that the church members were already dead. I heard faint footsteps. Sound of the storm faded. All sounds around me washed away. In front of me. I felt nothing. No fear, no anger. My heart was as calm as a lake as I laid eyes on the stormy night killer. 2 eyes flashed in the darkness. Light glinted off the weapon in their hands. Sojiro! Their face was unworldly, twisted, demonic. It was the last thing I ever saw. Dead end. Ah, fuck berries. Sojiro! Oh, God. Anyone can sleep but not laugh. God dang it. God damn. Oh, wait, so there were dead ends before this one. Alright, I guess we'll check Riddell. Even, I don't see why, but okay. I felt that we need to dig more into the pink girl's alibi.
え？私にもやれって言うの？
Huh? You want me to go too?
私は関係ないじゃない。だって私が来た時、
Yeah,
もう
exactly.
じいさんも先生とやらもいなくなってたんでしょ？
That's exactly.
常識的に考えて完全にしろよ。
That is exactly what I said. I don't know, Riddell, but if I don't do this, then we apparently all die. I've got nothing to do with any of this. He thought about it for even a second. You realized those 2 idiots died before I got here.
だいたい私にはスイーツハーツなんて使う理由がないし、何不自由のないアイドルだし、願い事なんて大抵はお金で解決できるし、どうせ嵐を呼ぶなら自分の手で起こして周りを犠牲にしてもすっぱり成就させまくるし。
I don't even have a reason to use sweethearts. I'm a rich celebrity. I can solve most of my problems with money, not to mention petty wishes. If I were to call it down a storm, I'd do it even if it meant sacrificing everyone around me.
バカ言ってんじゃねえ。てめえだって怪しいだろ。
Don't be a dumbass. You're as much of a suspect as anyone.
プロイとやらを知っていて、青崎とクオンジに恨みがあって、おまけに慢性的なヒスときた。
You know about ploys, you have a grudge against Ozaki and Kuwanji, and you're way too over the top.
そもそもなんで呼ばれもしていないのにやってきた。わざわざヘリ飛ばしてまでよ。
On top of that, you showed up uninvited, in a frickin' helicopter.
つうかあれだ。てめえ、ヘリでやってきた時、全く雨に濡れていなかったよな。
What's more, you weren't wet from the rain when you came in.
あれどういうことだ？
Care to explain that?
それまで屋敷に隠れていて、ヘリを呼びつけたタイミングで登場すれば、そうもたった今着きましたって状況になるよな。
I mean, I think she probably just teleported.
I bet you hit somewhere in the mansion, called your helicopter in, and then made it seem like you just got here.
何よそれ。
Oh, come off it!
私ちゃんとヘリで来たってば。雨に濡れないのはゴブリンで弾いたからだし、なんで私があんたらを皆殺しにしようなんて思うのよ。
Of course I came here in a helicopter. I used my goblin to keep the rain off me. You seriously think I'd come here just to murder you all?
いや、思ってたじゃないか、実際。
You've definitely thought about it before.
ええ、したわね、実際。
She has.
これはこれでしょ
Okay, so it's the logic is weird, but I kind of get it in that it's not so much suspecting Riddell as if digging into her alibi will probably reveal something else.
That has nothing to do with this.
もうマジ頭きた。
Damn.
私帰る。帰って第二次ブリティッシュ作戦の準備する。もちろん標的はここだからね。
Damn.
You're giving me a headache. I'm leaving. Just you wait. I'll be back with an Operation British of my own. Ground zero this house.
できるの？脱出は困難だってアリスが。
Can you even leave? Remember what Alice said?
ええ。スイーツハーツの確率変動で道は土砂崩れになっている可能性が高いわ。
A bounded field. It's highly likely that Sweetheart's probability shift has collapsed the roads.
電話線もなくなってるから外部と連絡も取れないし。
And the phone is still out.
ふん、地上がダメなら空があるわ。
I can still fly! Yeah, it's lightning though.
いいわよ。ヘリでしょ？お望み通り呼んでやるわよ。
I'll just call my helicopter to come pick me up.
私のゴブリンネストを舐めるんじゃないっての。
Don't underestimate the power of my goblin nest! The girl in pink stormed out into the hallway.
ハロー、パパ？私だけど、今すぐ三崎町の白犬塚までヘリ飛ばして。そう、あの三崎町。
Hello, Daddy. It's me. Can you send a helicopter to Shirazuka and Misaki? Misaki? Yes, that Misaki.
はあ？まだ諦めてないのかですって？ブワーカ頭ん中かぼちゃになってんじゃないの？勝つまでやるのが私だし。第一、まだ全然負けてないし、あんなの引き分けに過ぎないわよ。
What? What do you mean give up? Have you gone senile, you old codger? I just thought I could try it until victory is mine, and I never lost in the first place. That was just a draw.
ほら、座標はわかるでしょ？さっさと飛ばして。10分以内よ、10分以内。
You know the coordinates. Send me a chopper now. You got 10 minutes.
は？死者にあるヘリじゃ無理？嵐がひどくて近づけない？タコ、んなことわかってるわよ。
Huh? What do you mean you can't send one in this storm? Do I sound like I care?
それでも、この私が今すぐミサイルみたいにかっ飛ばせって言ってんの。
Or are you suggesting that I fly myself out here like a missile?
飛ばしたくても機体がない？このハイトンチキ、あんたそれでも商人？頭使いなさいよね。近くに軍用基地あるでしょ。そこに試作の最新鋭機があるって話よ。教習用の、それ一機チャーターして。
We don't have any helicopters to send. You call yourself a businessman, you dimwit? Use your brain! There's a military base nearby, remember? They're testing a prototype assault craft there. Just charter it!
あー、もう無理無理うるさいわね。それしか言えないの？
Goodness, can't you do anything on your own?
は？会社の立て直しでキャッシュがない？機体プラススタッフごと買い取らなきゃならん？上等じゃない。その程度私がいくらでも稼いであげるっての。アラブの坊ちゃん宅だろうが、チャイナの金満家のところだろうが、プライベートライブ 2,3 発ぶちかましてあげるわよ。それでお釣りが来るでしょ？
What? What do you mean cash is that because you're restructuring? You'd have to buy the entire aircraft and crew? Go ahead then! I can make you back that money in a day! I'll just do a private concert for some old sheik or a Chinese billionaire! That good enough for you?
うざ、泣いて喜ぶとか本気でやめて。お金のためよ、お金のため。
音楽業なんてどうでもいいんだから。
Please don't cry and tell me how proud you are of me. It's just for the money, Daddy. I couldn't care less about the music industry.
分かったら10分以内。最新鋭機のスーパーかっこいいの。クソアパッチなんかよこしたら親子の縁切るから覚悟しておくことね。
Just give me that helicopter within 10 minutes. That new experimental super cool one. Not some button Apache or any rubbish like that, or I'll never speak to you again. Oh my god. The pink girl's vicious berating could be heard throughout the house. She was speaking English so quickly and with so much slang mixed in that I couldn't quite catch it all. Listening wasn't a particular strength of mine anyway.
あのバカは本気で軍用ヘリ呼びつけやがった。
Did that moron really just order a military chopper?
お待たせ。あと10分もしたら救いの天使が来るわ。
Right, that's all settled. My guardian angel will be descending from the skies in about 10 minutes.
スイーツハーツのルールはこの山限定だから、外に出てしまえば何もかもチャラ。私は一足先に家に帰って豪華なディナーとしゃれ込ませてもらうから。
Sweetheart rules only apply to this mountain. As soon as I get out of here, I'll pull all this behind me. I'll just head home, have a fancy dinner, and relax.
ああ、けど安心なさい。
Oh, and don't worry.
私だって鬼じゃないし、どうしてもって言うなら乗っけていってあげてもいいわよ。こんな犯人当てゲームにコリゴリな人は今すぐ私側に来ることね。
I'm not that terrible of a person. If any of you want to ride, I'd be happy to oblige. I'm sure some of you are tired of this stupid detective game.
待てそこ。どうしてすぐ強い方につこうとするのか。
Hold it, buddy. Where do you think you're going?
いやしかし自ら救いの天使だ。
Well, she said she was our guardian angel.
やめとけ宗十郎。そいつが救いの天使だってんなら青崎なんざ癒しの女神クラスになっちまう。根本的に例えを間違えてるぞあれ。
I wouldn't if I were you, Sojiro. If she's an angel, then that makes Ozaki a goddess of healing. Don't fall for her crazy metaphors.
クマリはどうする？
I mean,
飛び丸たちはこう言っているけど。
I mean, I mean, she kind of is.
What about you, Kumari? You heard what Tobimaru said.
私も辞退。帰るなら一人で帰ってもらえばいい。
Oh, that was Sojiro.
What about you, Kumari? You heard what Tobimaru said.
I'm not going. If she wants to leave, she can go by herself. To be honest, if rescue was coming, I really did want to leave. But I wasn't about to owe this pink princess any favors.
この状況でも仲良しごっことか。ドリーマー極まったわね。
You must all be a bunch of dreamers to stay all chummy at a time like this.
いいわよ。好きにすれば？明日の朝刊の見出しが山の上の洋館、宿泊客全員行方不明か。なんてもんにならないようせいぜい気をつけなさい。
You lot can do as you please. Just don't let tomorrow's headline be all guests missing from the hilltop mansion.
逃げ出す女がよく言ったものね。
Snorkel you want,
そもそもこの天候で助けなんて来るはずないし、外の天気、嵐というより地獄でしょ。夢見がちなのはそっちの頭の方だと思う。
Snorkel you want, coward. No one's coming for you in this weather. It's like hell out there. Who's really dreaming? And then
Oh my god, it's actually here.
Before even 10 minutes had gone by, there was a bizarre noise from outside that was separate from the howling storm.
予定よりすっごく早い
Earlier than expected!
さすがパパなんだかんだ言ってコネクションも行動力もあるんだから
I knew Daddy would come through. He's got friends in high places and he knows how to use them. In the midst of the tempest, a demonic bird came bearing down on us. Bright spots that I thought were eyes turned out to be powerful searchlights, its beams stretching out for miles. A steel helicopter struggled against winds in excess of 50 miles an hour, and then I knew it. Oh, it crashed.
Yeah. この天候でフライトとか常識的に考えて無茶でしょう。アリスさんでもそこまで世間知らずではありませんよ。
They should have known better than to fly in this weather. Even Alice has better common sense than that.
ええ、必ず落ちると思ったわ。リデルの作戦がうまくいったことなんて今まで一度もないのだし。
What a waste. Right. I knew it was going to crash. None of Riddell's silly plans ever work out.
あらよあんたさえ関わらなければいつだって私はパーフェクトだっつーの
They work perfectly every time! Just never when you're around!
それに今のはただのテストよ
Anyway, that was just a test.
本命は後からやって
My real
ちょっと
plan
待ってタイム
My real plan is just beginning. Hang on, I have to take this. Time out. I think girl went back into the hallway. Maybe she had a pager in her pocket.
はあ責任問題になった今特殊部隊が本社ビルの屋上から侵入してきてるですって
Oh my god.
What? They're claiming you're responsible! Special forces are breaching the company office! Her yelling resonated throughout the hallway.
落ち着いて下手な抵抗はしちゃダメよすぐ無線で相手のトップと交渉してえ損害賠償プロジェクトごと買い取らないと殺すってつかもう拘束されてるああもうカイは何やってんのよでいくら何その金額桁2つ違くない払えないそんなのすぐに払えない
Calm down. Don't do anything stupid. Talk to the commanding officer. Huh? They want you to pay for the damages? They're going to kill you if you don't buy out the entire project. You're already tied up. What's Kai doing at a time like this? So how much do they want? That's at least 2 more zeros than it should be. We can't pay that right away.
ちょっと待ってなんとかなるかも
Hold on a second. Maybe there is a way.
今年のツアー延長と私の持ち株とタヒチの島を売却すればなんとかなりそういいわ契約成立買い取っちゃって軍事産業とか畑違いだけどとりあえずパパの安全が最優先
Oh, I'll extend my tour this year, sell off my stock, my island Tahiti. That should be enough. Okay, that's it for you. Sign the papers. The defense industry is new territory for us, but your life is more important, Daddy.
Well, that's nice of her at the very least.
I was a little curious now.
Alright. It seems like poking our nose in other people's business is the way to go, so.
I think I'll take a peek in the hallway. There, I saw.
失った。すべて失ったわ。
I've lost everything. Everything. Her face was haunted, as if she looked upon the end of the world. I quickly shut the door and pretended I didn't see anything. She deserved a warrior's dignity, at the very least. A moment went by.
Oh, this choice is just a bonus. Okay.
After about a minute.
まあ、ヘリのことはきっぱり忘れるとして。
Forget that stupid helicopter!
もっと前向きな話をしましょう。
Let's think more positively. She returned, as if nothing had happened. We were enemies, but I had to respect her sense of pride.
リデル、おま。
Riddell, you...
飛び丸。前向きな話をしましょう。
Tobimaru, I said let's move on.
わかった。とりあえず、お前さんが潔白だってのだけはわかった。というか、これでスイーツハーツがお前だったら、ひどすぎて目も当てられねえ。
Fine, at least we know you're innocent. If it turns out you're sweethearts after all this crap, I don't think I can look you in the eye ever again.
そんなの当たり前でしょ。さっきから私は関係ないって言ってるじゃない。
We knew it wasn't her because she died laughing. And that would not happen to the real one. I don't understand why nobody brought that up. I told you I had nothing to do with any of this from the start.
だいたいね、この私、希代の天才マイスター、新世代魔女であるリデル様が、こんなバカっぽくて古臭いプロイに引っかかるわけないじゃない。
I am a genius, a rare mindster, a witch for the modern age. The great Riddell would never stoop to using silly, obsolete ploys.
いや、引っかかっただあのヘリ。
But you'd use a helicopter?
ヘリはヘリ、私は私よ。
Shut up about the helicopter! This is about me!
さっきだって笑ったけど耐え切ったでしょ。
I laughed, but I'm still alive, aren't I?
言っとくけど、私は絶対笑わないからね。ここでゆっくりあんたらが古臭いプロイなんかにやられて消えていくのを眺めてやるから。
There isn't a chance in hell I'm going to laugh again. I'm going to watch you all get picked off one by some ancient ploy. She sounded aggressive, but I think the pink girl was more concerned than she let on. With one last huff through her nose, she plopped down on the sofa. She seemed to have made up her mind to work with us for tonight.
ごめんなさい。少し席を外すわ。すぐに戻ってくるから話を続けていて。
Sorry, but I'll be back in a second. Carry on. Miss Konji was, the bathroom.
しかし、図らずも脱出は不可能であることが証明されてしまいましたね。
Now we know for sure that escape is impossible.
誰がスイーツハーツなのか特定するか、朝まで全滅しないように注意を払うか、私は後者を選びたいところですが。
We need to figure out who Sweethearts is or survive until morning. I personally favor the latter.
賛成。藪をつついて蛇を出したら、それこそ全滅の可能性も出てくるし。
Me too. If we keep poking the hornet's nest, we might all end up dead.
クマリは
What about you, Kumari?
私はどっちでもいいけど。築地はどうなの？
I'm fine with either. Tsukiji?
俺か？俺は犯人特定に1票だな。
Me? I vote we figure out who the killer is.
こんな状況を作り出した間抜けにはきっちり文句言わねえとな。
I'd like to give him a piece of my mind.
私はどちらでも。リデルさんではありませんが、どちらに転んでも安全ですので。
I'm fine either way. I don't share Miss Riddell's opinion, but I'll be safe with either option.
私は築地くんに賛成。推理しましょうみんな。
I'm with Tsukiji! Time for a little deductive reasoning!
俺はそうですね。外の天気も荒れる一方だし、みんな部屋に立てこもった方がいいとは思う。鍵をかけて寝てしまえば他人に笑わせられようがないし。
Sojiro, why were you out wearing a mask walking around then, seriously? Sojiro! What were you doing? Seriously, what the fuck were you doing?
As for me, let me think. The weather's only getting worse, so maybe we should stay in our rooms. Lock the doors and go to sleep. Nobody can make us laugh then.
つまんないです。
But that's so boring!
宗十郎さん、ここはもうちょっと様子見ようよ。青子の死に方とかすごく興味ない？
Come on, Sojiro. Let's check this out. Don't you want to watch Aoko die?
ベオ、そういうのは冗談でも。
Beo, that's not funny. Huh?
Oh, now the power's going out. And Alice isn't here. Oh boy. Suddenly the room was pitch dark.
落ち着いて。電気が切れたようです。皆さん、むやみに動いてはいけませんよ。闇だけに。
Everyone stay calm. It's just a power outage. If I find out who turned the lights out, I'll knock their lights out.
That was a close one. I heard several people almost failed to suppress a laugh.
何考えてんのよ、エリー。全滅するかと思ったじゃない。
What are you thinking, Yuri? You could have killed us all!
He would have killed you, maybe. But I decided to keep that to myself.
いや、今なら切れると心が騒いでしまいました。
Oh my god! You motherfucker!
I couldn't help it. The opportunity presented itself.
Oh
タ
my
イミングは
god.
バッチリだった。つまんないダジャレも切り出し方次第で人を殺せるんだな。
Good timing, though. Even a silly joke can be effective if the timing's right.
顔が見えないのがまた効くよな。
I'll think about not being able to see his face makes it funnier too.
まったくよ。この私ですらちょっとブルッときたわ。もしかしてあいつが犯人なんじゃないの？
Good grief. Even I almost laughed. Oh, you're sure he isn't the killer? Wait a minute, I just realized something. Riddell has her cell phone, right? Couldn't she have called the police with her cell phone if she was able to call her dad? Wait. Did they not? She was able to call her dad in for help. Why couldn't she use the cell phone to call the police?
Our conversation continued in the dark. It reminded me of telling ghost stories on the school trip. It's just fun to talk in the dark sometimes. For whatever reason, I could tell we were all tempted to make each other laugh.
あ、ろうそく見つけた。
誰かライター持ってない？もしくはマッチ。
Wait, but yeah, they did. Like super expensive 1980s cell phones. They did. They did, but like nobody had them except really rich people, which makes sense because Riddell is really rich. And they were like gigantic bricks too. Found a candle. Anyone got some matches or a lighter?
ちょっとマッチ。
Oh my god, he's literally trying to kill everyone.
When my Italian plumber lost weight, he got a lighter.
え、今のも神父さん？
Oh god. Oh my god. Huh? Was that Father Ari again?
ひどい。ひどすぎる。
Oh my god.
Oh man, that was so bad.
脳が退化しているとしか思えません。
I feel dumb for having even heard it.
いや、この原子の状態じゃエスプリ聞かせてもインパクトねえぞ。シンプルイズベストだ。
Nah, I think simple jokes actually work better given the primal circumstances we're in.
みんな静かに。電気つきそうだぞ。
Hey, be quiet. I think the power's coming back on.
Did the Kwanji seat have its own power generator? It wasn't clear who restored the power, but the drawing room was flooded with artificial light.
あら、古臭い屋敷のくせに設備はしっかりしてるのね。このまま暗闇で朝まで過ごすのかと心配しちゃったわ。
Looks like this old mansion at least has some proper equipment. I was worried we were going to be stuck in the dark until morning. Riddell had moved next to me at some point. She looked up. I followed her gaze.
Oh my god! What the fuck are you doing? She got shot again. Oh my god. Alice, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you trying to kill everyone? She got shot again. Ugh.
The pink girl took what looked like several impacts to the chest, spun around dramatically, and collapsed.
リデル、ちょっと何があったの？
Riddell, what happened?
Oh my god. What are you doing, Alice?
Hazaki rushed over to her side. I narrowly avoided the same fate. If she hadn't started laughing first, I'd have busted a gut for sure.
リデル、しっかりしなさい、リデル。
Riddell, hang in there.
死ぬ前に教えて。何を見たの？犯人ね。
Before you die, tell us what you saw. Was it the killer?
そんなつまんないやつよりもっとおぞましくて
Come on, Riddell.
悪魔が
What are you gonna say? The witness is the siren? Really? I mean, come on. Rather, god damn it. Some freaking Apollo Justice ass friggin' last words here.
No, something much more interesting, much worse. A squishy demon.
Riddell! Wait. Aoko, don't you know that she's just gonna come back again?
Hazaki burst into tears, clutching May's lifeless body in her arms. They were probably more alike than they cared to admit.
What the hell? Oh my god, Alice. You did this on purpose. What the hell? Were you just trying to kill her again?
Amidst the commotion, Miss Kwanji returned, not appearing to have noticed the death.
何かあったのかしら。
What's going on?
わからん。わけもなく爆笑して自滅した。今度はさすがに復活は無理っぽい。
Oh my god.
I don't know, she just burst out laughing for no reason and then she was gone. Don't think she's coming back from this one.
Perhaps out of pity, Tsukiji covered her with a tablecloth and laid her to the rest of the side of the room. I quietly shuffled her to Miss Kwanji and whispered in her ear.
クオンジさん、今の何？
Miss Kwanji, what was that?
着替える服を間違えたの。みんなには黙っていてね、くまりさん。
What? You can't be serious. Why did you even change clothes in the first place?
I mixed up my change of clothes. Don't tell anyone, Kumari.
いいけど、犯人じゃないのよね、あなた。
Okay, but you're not the killer, are you?
ええ。今のはただの趣味だから安心して。
Of course not. This was just a hobby of mine. Don't worry.
昔からあの子を見ているとなぜかいじめたくなってしまう。
For some reason, I've always felt like bullying her, and I can't explain why. Oh my god. It's really too bad, she sighed.
Again, I felt a little sorry for Riddell.
Oh my god, so that whole bit was just for Alice to kill Riddell again.
That made 4 victims. Everyone seemed resigned to locking ourselves in a room for the night.
No, I know what happens if we do that. No.
Sounds dangerous. I think it's too dangerous to hold up in our rooms. The reason being...
Oh! Oh my god. Wow, we are just, Watch out for her. Yes. Oh my god, this is 13th person. Oh my god. Let's see. This is a good place to stop. All right, we'll stop here. Yeah, this is a good place to stop. All right. Yeah, we'll finish it next time. Oh my god, what a journey Mahoyo has been with this crazy ass Unmade shit right going on as a bonus story. I can't wait. I'll see you all in 2 days for the grand finale of who is the one who activated Sweethearts. But until then, I will say so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. Until then, you are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.